Let your spirit grow wings and fly with me, and fly with me. Hi out there in the YouTube, welcome back to my channel. And yeah, this video is going to be a little deep, or a little guess darker, I don't know, but I want it to be a positive thing, like for the experience overall. But there's going to be some dramatics. So I'm going to mention I had some experiences with some close friends lately, and I'm not going to name any names, just for, privacy reasons, but I'm sure those people will know who they are if they're watching this. And I had one of my friends be very, very upset and tell me well, where's God? Like, I've had all of these problems happen. Where's God? Huh? And all this, where is God? I'm all alone. And they're a really, really, really close friend of mine, my best friend. So I'm not gonna I'm also gonna be honest to them with my opinion, and that God's in everyone's heart. And that can be a very hard pill to swallow for some. Because being in everyone means that, much like a garden, and I'm sorry to use this metaphor because I always use this metaphor, but that's because it works. And imagine this vast garden, and there's cactus and milk thistle and poison ivy and rose bushes. And what's some of your favorite plants? Imagine that's in this garden, in this beautiful garden. Lilies and daffodils and tulips. And they're all just existing. They don't war against each other in their differences. They all exist because nature, God, in all of their hearts and all of their being, has a plan. And it's working towards that plan constantly. So, a lot of the times when we feel kicked down or hurt by other people in the world, know that it's not like they are trying to hurt you. Nothing should be taken so personally. Most people are just swimming in this world, trying to exist. And there's so many complexities to situations that if individuals take things personally, then they will get lost in that current that I was talking about. So just know that current has a plan, and if you fight things, and if you go in the path of hate, or if you fall into darkness, then you paint that reality for yourself. You only have your perception, and your perception is the only thing that you ultimately are responsible for. You're not responsible for making the world a better place. You're not responsible for helping anybody out. You are responsible for your individual. And that's why you've incarnated here. You have your own karma to work through. A lot of times people get distracted or lost through the karma of others. Or in just mainstream media, music videos and the blah blah blah, blah blah blah. They get lost in that, when they should look themselves in the mirror and try to understand themselves better. Because in so doing, in the religious texts, when you know yourself, you know God. Well, that's the Mazzaroth. That is the wheel. That is Ezekiel's wheel. That is with you wherever you go. Whether it be Vedic or Western or whichever system you use, it's in your heart, and it's also in everybody else's, albeit different. But it still was made, and I think even though we are different, a lot of the times we should try to more be compassionate and put ourselves in the other people's shoes and learn the life lessons from some of the people that we most often have hate towards, because oftentimes that is a reflection of our own consciousness, or things that we externalize in the world. We've externalized them because we do not want to accept those things within ourselves. So we cut them, and we segregate them, and we fractalize ourselves, and when we do so, we lose our connection. So what we really want to try to do is try to understand that God is in everyone's heart. Everybody's. Not more so your than mine. It's all sprinkled out evenly, okay? Like sprinkles on a cake. It's done evenly, and it's done perfectly, but it's done differently. They're not all the same colors, okay? So, yeah. I hope that this video has helped, and to give some perspective, and, you know, just love each other, because, like, I really think that God is in everybody's heart, and being in, like, this age of the Kali, where we really are as far away from God as we can be. So if anyone can still feel that connection, imagine like a radio, and like it's getting staticky. The radio is getting staticky. Well, it's only going to get more staticky in this age of Kali. And if you can still hear that signal, where you can sense that interconnectedness, then good for you. Like, so, and it's not about fixing the world. I mean, if you want to fix the world, or you have desire in your heart, to try to change the world, then the world will always be here for you to try to do that. But, and maybe someday you'll have that. Who knows? Like, I'm not poo-pooing on anyone's, like, you know, wanting to take over the world parade, but I'm just saying that, like, the likelihood of your thought projection being assimilated via egregore form, egregores being thought forms, it's very unlikely. And it's not about everybody else. It's about what's inside of your heart. Or else you wouldn't be here, would you? So, and I don't mean here for this video, but I mean here in general. But I hope that this video has imparted some information about reincarnation and your soul purpose. And know that moksha means, or is equivalent to tadvanam. And tadvanam translates to the loss of love longing. So, to give up longing for love. So do not seek love externally. Don't let those types of things control you, or else you'll keep coming back. Know that that love feeling that you have always comes from yourself. It comes from within. Yes, it might be visually stimulated, or things in the nature around you, the smells, the sounds, like the sights, all that kind of things. But that feeling still comes from you. And through memory, you must have had some really good memories of times of past, things that you can remember that make you happy. And if you don't, well then, and if you're working on that, well then also know that, like, you have all of the future to look forward to. And you're given that moment for a reason. So, yes, just please be happy. Like, and know that God's in your heart. And even if you're an atheist, I'm not trying to, like, sway you over to my, like, team or anything. I'm just trying to explain my perspective. And I don't think that in any way that thought form hurts anybody. It lets everyone exist in the diversity. Because if we look at it from just a materialism perspective, and this perspective only is right because it's the most evolved, well then we're going to wipe out so much of the world. and so much of its culture and replace it just with our technology and our computers. And yeah, so I think it's good to kind of respect God's garden. So, mwah. Give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe if you're new. And I look forward to seeing you in future videos. Bye. Let your spirit grow wings and fly. And fly with me. And fly with me.